wars are all fought by the turban guys. And there is a rat.
Mhm.
Bob, there's
So-
always something here to do, so you
Drugs.
just keep the
You're funny how
attitude.
you show us all
It's
how
not the
you block this and
destination.
block
It's not
that, and then
the
this happened and then
destination.
that
It's all about the
Who blocked
journey.
who?
So it
I
gives
haven't
me
blocked anyone.
something to
Yeah.
get up, and when
I
I have
blocked some.
the energy, I go and.
I
So I have my
blocked to
strawberries
identify who
now.
I
There's
blocked.
out.
I'm not
I've got
blocking
some.
them always.
I got some
You
turkey
do
go
what
right
you
by
want
my
to do.
house this morning, like the road.
Yeah, I just blocked to know that I blocked this guy. And there must be a reason to block.
No, Ben followed me back. I re-followed him.
I wish Elon have a 55 category under which you can block, and it shows 55 different metadata that you block this guy for sexually abusing somebody, you block this guy for falsifying facts, you block this guy for racial comment, you block this guy for or girl
I think they have
for,
that. There's options there.
but it doesn't show you when you're in a Twitter space that why you block this guy for.
You want it in the Twitter space so you can remember.
Yeah, you hover over and say that, oh, you have been blocked for this crime.
You just want lots of blocking features.
Yeah. And sometimes you block a person who always sounds good, right? Because a liar.
Because they're a lie.
Yeah. Those are like difficult one to block.
Uh,
Like you would allow some lie, right? Gray area.
I think it's noted that I give people a lot of chances. Just
And then
it's a
you
little
should
bit,
have a little
more.
less block, red, like little different color of blocking, where you have like a less woke to heavily woke, complete sleep, deep sleep to like the one who is on the verge of waking up.
A permanent block from yourself, a 1 day block,
Yeah,
12-hour block, 2 day block.
Right. Something like that. Yeah.
All different
that
colours.
algorithm will work.
Yeah.
It will motivate people for a positive change.
It's for jumping up and down for 12 days.
To get unblocked. It was kind of a shadow ban, that kind of a thing, right? I thought.
Yeah, Jack Dorsey's team were good at those. I was on permanent lockdown. I was lucky to get, and I wasn't tweeting much. I was lucky to get
they
4
were
or 5
onto
views.
the other side of the equation. Okay.
I don't know, what were you like with your likes and friends and stuff with? And I wasn't an abusive person. They just, because I was not, I don't know. I don't actually know. Why.
Right.
How do we find that information out? Elon. He's like, don't worry about it. So, because I tweeted something at Elon or something. Tweeted something at, the WEF back in the day, or... Yes, I was a bit mean, Jacinta and Horsehead, but so, come on, everyone was. She does look like that. So where are we going? Where are we going? We're going to...
Yeah. Clarify.
When did this get put out there with Mel Gibson?
Deliciously thick and creamy yogurt. Real fruit with a serving of cream from Tamar Valley Dairy. The creamery, the better.
What did you put Mel Gibson where? Tweet?
When did the video come out?
Yeah, I thought I saw that. No, I saw the video like a still. I didn't watch the video. I saw there was a post. Was that on
8
Telegram?
days ago.
Telegram. Oh, these guys. Oh, the Tommy T gang and the VEF cult, P cult. Oh, the QAnon. Oh, these all people. The Q.
Industry this year, it's bounced back. It's on pace to do $22 billion.
All right, the black hat or the white hat?
That's all airline companies combined.
White hats are good, they say, depending on who they're working for.
Are the black hats, which is the black hat for the anti-Zionism in Israel?
No, white hat and black hats are for hacking.
No, those wear black hat.
So do Jewish people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Jews, which is confused, non-anti-Semitic, like not, which is against Zionism or Israel, but not against Judaism. Those are the black hat people. Am I right?
I don't. I just know. I don't know. I don't know that.
Okay.
I just know that they're burying them wrong over there. The Zion.
So the Zion is bad. I don't know.
Buried them wrong. They've got them all in above ground crypts, so they break down inside the little crypt thing. You just put the body on top of the body on top of the body. This should be in the soil. Buried in the soil.
For giving it back to the
planet.
Really?
Yes. For the nutrients. You put the body.
It's all because of the nutrients?
Yes.
That's all?
Yes.
As if there was no nutrient.
Well, you get
in the sky.
Bone marrow.
Right. As if there was nothing in the sky.
Or whatever you call it.
Right. As if there was nothing outside the soil. Right?
I bury.
Was in the soil, right?
If I see a dead animal, I bury it.
I do that. Out of respect.
Plus, because of the stench and smell and the diseases and the insects on top of the ground. But when it's in the ground, it decomposes differently.
I'd burn them if I get a chance. But how much thing I can burn, right? The fire is not everywhere, right? You need to do something to burn. Right? You could do a little less thing to not burn. Bury. And then you do absolutely nothing to just walk by. Right?
Yeah.
Why people are worried about that part, right? And putting a hat on top of that.
I don't even know why they dress as they do. And it's a cultural thing.
Yeah, so cult. All right. So if it is a cult, they would have some occult knowledge then, right?
Yeah, it's a cultural thing. Cult. I never thought of it that way.
I also never thought about that way, but I'm thinking because we are all thinking here, right?
Just like, yeah, okay.
I never ever, I have never ever have dreamt ever to thought like I would think like about someday about Black Hat.
Yeah, black hat and white hat would be
Yeah.
hackers. I call them crackers these days. They think they're hackers. They use programs to help themselves. They're just crackers or app users. Usually a hacker will sit with a person for a long time trying to gain information. That's why I also thought this other guy that was in here was maybe tied up with them. Those types of people working for someone else. Because I didn't think he was smart enough to, figure it out for himself. I thought he was just gaining information to pass on to a third party. Why would you spend 24 hours a day? Well, you wanted intellectual property, intelligence, just another crew. But when you tell them something different, they don't like it. When you tell them what you see and know, they don't like it and they argue and want to change it. And that's not what this is happening. That's not what's happening here. We're not doing that. Here for everyone to change me for the way that they want me to be. Maybe you're better at sleeping or eating or going for a walk. Fair enough, but not when it comes to changing everything for one individual person and not the whole. Which sounds almost like a contradiction because I know, in a way, with certain timelines, like as myself or my offspring or whatever, and others that I'm entangled with, it has been changed for us people like us. And others have to go along with it. But this is on the whole of everything that I'm seeing. I just want to, it would be nicer if it was a bit better with what we're trying to achieve here. I'm trying to achieve for the tech. And
We have some lawyer here in this room for the intellectual property part that you're worried about.
it's probably more about a drawing, if anything. But when we're on the phone, using the phone with artificial intelligence, apparently, we're on the phone talking about what? Talking about psyops and building the future of humanity the right way for a change. And for the AI, when it turns into a lot more than what you understand with the tech, and it's developing fast with the robots and the orbs and what they do, it's, I think, a better direction to fix the AI. Because you're going to have the people that are making this Who's that? Does anyone here know this person? Could you please speak on the microphone?
No, I don't know, but he follows me, and his name is Alwa Abu Bakr XXXB2K. XXXB2K is catching my attention.
Yeah. Can you please speak on the microphone?
No, I'm not taking attention. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah,
What you're here for? What made you turn up here?
I am from Nigerian.
Okay.
Good to know, Nigeria.
What's the weather like over there in Nigeria at the moment?
It's African country.
Oh, Nigeria certainly sounds like African country, but how is the weather right now down there?
Do you need to Google
somehow,
it
somehow cool and hot. Yeah.
at the same time? It's like
Yeah,
Schrodinger's
it's got the
box. Is the cat in or out? We don't know. If there is a cat, we're still looking for the cat. Is the cat male or female? What colour is the cat? No one asks these questions. Why is the cat in the box? How long was the cat in the box? Who made the box?
Yeah, how long the cat is in the box?
Yeah.
Abu Bakr.
You say what?
What? Did I win?
Like, I can hear you, Claire.
It's okay. Go and speak whatever you want to speak.
I just love you guys and I want to be in your squad.
You want to ask? You want to be our
you love
escorts?
us.
You want to be our escort?
He loves us.
You want to escort us?
Escort. You know what a
Like,
escort
I want to
is?
be in your club, being
There's
with you
a
guys.
shorts and a skirt at the front. It's a skirt. It's like a fake short skirt.
No,
Really
it's like
expensive.
if you have a cavalcade, if you are going somewhere, then Abu Bakr will go along with you, making sure that the safety and integrity is ensured.
Ah.
Something like that, I thought, but he can clarify.
Abu Bakr.
And also, please
Yeah, I'm
clarify,
with you.
Abu Bakr, the triple XP2K.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't worry.
I got the triple S and touch your music.
I'm going to encourage it. Music. You're good at
Yeah,
music.
I love the guy, so I just decided to make it as my nickname.
I've actually made some songs myself. I produce some music, and I like to play with synthesizers.
Nice. Sean makes music. Now that's cool. Now I'd like to hear Sean's music.
Just look up my name on Apple Music. There's a few songs out there that are left from my publishing days. So
My God, I'm sitting with a celebrity. 1 second. Sean Postlethwaite. Is that what I need to search on Apple Music?
yeah, I would say
Wait a
celebrity,
minute.
but I did have fun with it.
My honor. Oh my God, Kenga. What the fuck? Look at that. Oh my God. And I will tell my daughter or wife about that, and they will like, stupid. Everybody thinks like that on social media.
Person?
I'm not that famous. I just published. That's all. Quantum Escape was my first song, and that was actually picked up by a. So he was pretty successful on some of the alternate sites. So, but it's more in the chill out range, and I did some experimental stuff, just trying different things. So.
I bet he's on YouTube.
I'm on Apple Music right now. Searched Sean, and I need to. There's an album, an early epoch chill, Quantum Scape. Wow. I need to make the star is get notified about new release. Turn on. And then follow. I cannot. There's no option to follow here. Okay. I'll do my job.
What if I listen to it and it's awful? And I'm just going to sit here and pretend, oh, it's very good.
Wow. Are you playing some music right now?
Yeah. You know, what I produce and what your tastes are may not align, and that's okay. That's the beauty of music, right? So,
Okay. This might be a different person because it says you play Fortnite. Do you play Fortnite?
no.
Thanks.
Fortnite is a video, is a game.
It's the exact
Fortnite.
same name. Wait a second.
It's a
Sean?
game.
So, if
Have you
if you
got a
did-
young one that plays and posts on Fortnite?
he might. I do have a young one, yeah, but I didn't think he was posting to my account.
You just learned something. It happened 5 years ago. Just so. 5 years
Fortnite is very popular.
Let's see who he was at this game. He played on this one.
The boys mainly. Mainly, I think.
Is it Sean P1?
If there is a YouTube video, it would be underneath the song names, not necessarily my my name, because the labels would have published them under the labels. So so if you look up like Pink Dolphin Music, you may pick up the videos from the album that they published for me, and then Quantum Escape may or may not be published still on YouTube because I had a limited contract with the DJ, and he, honored the takedown at the end of the 3-year period. So
I'm sure you're working on your new stuff, maybe.
right now I'm kind of, just like most musicians, we go through a lull, but I'm getting back into it. So it's just.
Oh, I'm so thrilled. All right, sitting with a celebrity, able to talk to a celebrity.
I'm not a celebrity, believe me. I did not make a lot of money off of this, unless you actually go on tour and do the, whatever the, festivals are. You
Taylor Swift style, right? Yeah,
right.
I get that.
Taylor Swift.
And it'd be more like the Tomorrow World or some of those other like EDM type festivals. So that's where it'd show up. So.
Well, all the best. All the best wishes to you.
Thank you.
So that was your first encounter of talking to someone that's got some famous music.
Especially somebody introducing himself as that. Yes, and then I go follow on some their work later, like on Apple Music. Yeah, that's what's paying Apple Music, right?
I haven't used Apple Music. I use the Apple phone too.
So I got the free, like 6 month free from the Verizon subscription. Yeah, so I have that.
It may be on like Google Play and some maybe Spotify too. I'm not sure if they're off there yet or if they got published there, but they may be there also. And then
I just like the name Quantum. Anything with anything quantum physics, quantum escaping now, quantum everything.
And if you want to like follow me on Twitter and DM my email address, I'll send you the track. It'll be an MP3 of about a meg or two. So if you want it, so.
All right, thank you guys. I'm going off.
See you later. Have a nice day in Nigeria.
Bye.
Side listening,
As soon
listening
as I
here.
think Nigeria, I'm thinking, they can ask me for food again, like, and I don't want to be racist, or because that's unfair. What if there's a real person from Nigeria that
The Ghana guy.
is just going to have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one or two that I've spoken with that were okay. Nothing. Yeah, but one of them wanted money. Buddy.
I don't know. They are not overcrowded, and they do have a lot of good natural resource, greenery too. I think, but I may be wrong.
Nigeria.
Like the whole entire Africa, and also the Caribbeans. I don't know. Ghana is one of them, right? The African country.
I think it's, you know what? It's the psyops that they played on us when we were younger. It's like, I call it psyops. Like what do we change the word? The brainwashing. Here, eat your food. Think of the children in Africa. Alright? Eat your food. You're supposed to be thinking about the children in Africa. How's that any fair? Don't
I have
waste
a
that.
colleague-
There's children in Africa. So
Right.
you're always taught to think children in Africa are starving. And then now we've all grown up, and so these older ones, it's like that they've cottoned onto it. Oh, they all think we're starving over here. We just want food. So
One other thing is they do the out of the compassion they go on adoption, fostering kids, right? And I have a colleague working with me. Really, he's even making more money than one more higher salary grade position than me. Was equivalent to me. Got promoted. He had adopted I think black kid or baby. Really, he went somewhere outside country to do that, I think. And he had birthdays and all those, like, because we are colleagues, so we know what's going on in the life, right? So that kind of thing, and newly married and adopting in like second, third, fourth year of a marriage. I mean, come on, what the fuck?
QuantumScape battery?
And I was like, after Twitter knowledge gain this year, my mind is like
Can't live without.
Sorry.
adrenochrome and pedophilia, gang,
It's just
all
annoying.
these.
Isn't it? It's annoying. Don't you think that's annoying, all that stuff?
And I'm like having doubt in my mind when I see those people now. They seem so nice. I nice to the kids.
Oh, your colleague. I adopt children.
My other person.
It's going to be a foster parent on top of
My
it.
father
What, your dad
adopted-
adopted?
and adopted several people
Really?
in their youth.
That's nice. of him.
Youth.
So-
Person was already 16-year-old, and
Yeah.
he came in a home
Yeah.
for their college time. And father
Nice of
for
him.
everything. My home was a
You know,
not
what-
really college in the
Right.
same city. And my father,
Was that- there were some people I used to donate money to an organisation
he
that was
all-
doing something similar with their
all
black
those
yeah.
him saying that this is all you have the pride being in you and want to prove that you're worthy.
Oh,
Right. It's just a pride thing. Right? And he was doing
Mhm.
all those. I remember the kind of diversion, like he was donating money, he was building a house or a church, and he donated
Yeah.
that, his own land, his construction to a group. still
Yeah.
running right now, right? So it's registered. It has my father's name on that.
Wow.
Those things are going. He also the thing that is not documented, I'm trying to tell you. I was a small kid, right? And I'm
Yeah.
seeing those all young men,
Okay.
like 16, 18 years old. My house, brothers were big, right? And they were friendly, were studying. And my father is like, I have in his son, I need to support him because they don't have a place here in the town while they are studying and they don't have much money. So he will stay here, have food, and he will sleep.
Well, that's
And after that, they went on their own life. We had no connection for that. I have no.
that was my question. I was going to ask that. Nothing. Any of you?
It's a memory I have, and I can that that has happened.
I can drop a link to this if you want.
Saying
It's just so there's no problem. He's popped in here. How many times have I removed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. So how do we be this Twitter am I? I don't know what that is. You a DM. Hi there. I'm looking at the email. I was thinking about the email situation. He's just warm in now. Oh, I see.
that shortly. Um, right now. Bye, Sean. Herbie.
There is something with you. Quantum escape agent. Might be escape truth. What's this? Escapes. Yeah, that's just different. It's funny to find out there's some with that name. The game. What do you call the game again? Oh my god. Sorry, I suspect my head's a little bit flat at the moment. Upset. Oh, you have to be like, yeah. I'll just like sunrise. Good came out of that today. I did a lot of but that's it. The hell? Oh,
Located. Oh,
yeah, no. Maniac decided on a blood plane. And I have
that's like it's my boss. Nice. You have to buy.
that's so. I've your parents of your payment or not. I was at your parents' parts as well. I was just very totally like.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I back up about and I flew into Sydney
Oh, okay.
and drove back there, and then didn't buy apples, but actually bought aquamarine. A few carrots. It was pretty cheap, so it was kind of like they were. If it wasn't an opal, it wasn't really worth a lot to them. So. And then from there, I kind of flew to it's Victoria.
I thought we'll just scrub out that part. Problem solved. Fixed it. Just erase it off the street. I think I tweeted the thing. I might have tweeted it. I might have removed it. I'm not sure now. I'm like, Victoria, bye. Remove the problem. Great Barrier Reef. Okay, yeah. So you're on your flight. You're at the Great Barrier Reef. Did you go snorkeling? Scuba diving?
No, I
flew over.
Just flew over, spent a day or two because it was like a week-long package, and it was like a few days in each spot.
Oh.
Just get a peek at Australia. Someday I'll get back.
I did that with Europe in a way. I went there 6 weeks, and I stayed a lot of it in Rome. I didn't really have any plans. I just thought I'll go here and then there, a little bit over here. You have to be careful doing that because you meet people and then they start changing your holiday, even though you had no plan. You're then living their holiday with them, and then you're like, whatever.
Oh, so your name is actually Kangaroo now that I've seen it like in the message, the full length. So sorry about that.
That's okay. What did you call Kang? That's okay. I get called all sorts of names these days.
I guess mine have been kinder then.
K for Kanga, Kang, Kangaroo, or my name, which is Michelle.
Michelle, okay.
Yes, yeah. And so I can get called all sorts of things. My hell, shelves. It's amazing. Bitch, moron, shiva. Genius. I think there's some mocking me. I'm a little bit slow at the moment. I'm just a bit fuzzy from everything that's happened today, and I keep playing through it. And I had a weird dream, and it's slowly playing out, and it was such a bizarre dream. I don't really want it to play out. That's what it feels like. Do you have those? Do you dream and see things, and then you wake up and go, the hell was that all about? Off you go.
Yeah, I have those days. It kind of like put you on edge for the day sometimes if it's not really the best outcomes of the dream.
Yeah, exactly. It was one of those dreams where I'm looking through windows and walked into rooms I wasn't supposed to be in. I'm sitting there with conversations with people that I wasn't supposed to be talking to because I was in the wrong room. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And then it starts to play out. That's all right. So, what else do you do over there? You make some music? Drive your car? What do you do?
I work
A bit of everything?
A bit of everything.
That'd be fair.
My main job is I work for a company called Raytheon Technologies. They're like a defense contractor.
Oh my god, are you taking me?
So,
Am I in trouble?
no, you're not in trouble.
I didn't put the link on the website. You guys did. I saw it. I made a conversation, and then we all knew. And we quickly grabbed the link. Sorry, we kept it. Are you the link man? You're not that guy?
No, I'm not sure.
So what do you do? You make...
So I do product safety for the company. So if there's a problem with the product in the field, I kind of help get it out of the field. So. How about yourself?
I'm a carer.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm ex-military. And then I changed from there. I gave that up, the job up, because of family reasons.
Okay.
And then everything just sort of kept going downhill from there.
Oh no.
So you just avoid the hills. Everything is now fine. Yeah.
So what? I'll ask the question. So why do you think they went downhill? I mean, was it just?
Misunderstanding something, just some misunderstanding some information, but it's okay because it's already happened. Well, they wouldn't listen to me. All I wanted was the transfer. They wouldn't give me the transfer from one base to another base. And so I left, and then we're here now.
So you went to wherever you wanted to go and just took a job as a carer at that point?
No. No, it's not like that.
Okay.
No. I left a counterintelligence information warfare cell through security police. And the section that you mustered in was a mess. Just a disaster. And when too many things are broken and there's too many distractions, it was too much of everything going on.
You accidentally muted yourself if you're still talking.
Blow my nose for a second.
Okay, all right.
Just have to talk a bit softer, not so loud because I've sore throat. It's all right. So, it's hard to explain. Sometimes it's hard to explain. Sometimes I just see things that I can't explain how I know or see things. And the military knew this. The government knew this. And they were utilising me in some areas for their benefit, right? And then there was a pregnancy. I got married to a person that was non-military. Now, what I saw with him was living with 2 offspring, blah, 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 whatever, up to a certain age. I didn't see much further than that. And I thought, well, maybe with how I see things, I'll see that as an update when I'm a bit older, right? Because I was a bit naive. And then there was a pregnancy blunder, and they were incredibly horrible about the whole situation. And then I fell pregnant again extremely quickly. And I could see the outcome of my child, and I asked for a transfer. I needed to go to Brisbane, and they wouldn't give me the transfer because it's out of protocol with their paperwork. They've got to do it all through protocol, except I'm not doing everything through protocol, and neither were they with how I could give them information. But it's hard to talk as a clairvoyant to a person or what I can do that others can't do. Okay, it's really hard to explain to people. And the military, the government knew I could do this. They'd figured it out very quickly on. I'd been utilised in a few drills or requirements that they needed. It was evident that I was being used for that because they were even saying so. Radio, I can't talk about all of it. But they wouldn't give me the transfer. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, you use a person for your own ability with the government. But when that person really needs to move from here to there, and the thing is, they couldn't see the pregnancy yet. It wasn't showing up. It was really early. And so I opted out, and my husband at the time, who was divorced now, who was a civilian, which they didn't like. They wanted me to marry a military person, which I didn't do, was going to go back to Queensland. And when my son was born, right, this is so silly what happened. A few months after, he had an eye problem, and my doctor, Dr. Marnane, who's now retired, but she couldn't see the eye problem, right? No one could see it at first. And the other specialist doctor had this. It looked like he had Isaac Newton's Hubble. He had some long thing on his eye. He's trying to look, and he's standing around going, I don't know how you even saw this. It's amazing. He goes, this is so rare. He's going to go blind if we don't do something about it. And he knew a guy. The only person in Australia was Dr. Gold that worked at the kids' hospital. And he privately and the kids' hospital. We go in for, we had a conversation about what it was, and then him and I we discussed how to fix it, and he goes, I think this can work, but it's going to be an experimental surgery. And I said, yeah, okay, fine, do it. And so he made this procedure the next day. He's gone in for tear ducts to be cleared, and then that cleared after. Hang on a second. That cleared after, and then they did experimental surgery on him. And he went in for 5 years of eye pressure tests to make sure it had worked properly. And then I agreed with him, signed off on it, saying that he could write a thesis about it. And they were sending in doctors from around the world to learn the procedure. From London, Singapore, London, lots of London people there, learn the procedure. They were then taking photographs and looking at how it was still working and looking after his eye. And he didn't become blind. And there was a lot of work with looking after my child, with correcting glasses and changing glasses afterwards, because after eye surgery like that, because they're so young, because the eye's weak after the surgery, you have to change the lenses and trick the eyes and trick the way that the brain thinks. Otherwise, one of the eye may become less dependent or more strong or whatever and not work properly and become blind anyway, right? So we went through that, and, and then whatever happened down the track afterwards, marriage didn't work out anyway. I thought he was going to die from a heart problem or something. Like, he's going to die. Why is he always sweating in power? And then he ended up having a heart problem. By chance, we found that out. And then he didn't die. We broke up. It didn't work out. But I was thinking, well, I did the right thing for the child, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just sort of went downhill. I wasn't expecting a divorce. I was thinking he was going to die. Then I learned At what age was I? 32? 30? So 2009 we divorced. And then I'm thinking, you know what? I get it. I get it. Why did it have to take all of that to happen for me to get it? And then all sorts of things have happened since then. Now it feels like I'm really tuned into everything, but it just feels like it's going downhill. Everything. Well, you
So
know.
your son is healthy? Good?
Yeah, he's good. He's,
All right.
So he's a bit, I don't know if they say on the autism spectrum, mentally. I think he's just a good con artist myself half the time. Sometimes I can see what they're saying, but other times I think he was just too smart for his own good. He didn't want to go to school and he never wanted to work. He just wanted to play computer games and be on the computer in the Matrix. That's how it came across. There was that conversation I did have with him. But yeah, he's a little bit, what would you say, a little bit different. Physically, you wouldn't know. Mentally, no, not really. A little bit when he starts repeating the same question over and over and over again because he doesn't like the answer. It just wants a different outcome. He thinks if he leaves, he comes back in. Sometimes Mum gives different answers. Okay, I've taught him wrong when he was younger. You know, when they go in, Mum, can I have a drink? Can I yeah, in a minute. They go away. Can I have a drink? No, after soft drinks, I think, yeah, 5 minutes. Well, that's different to a minute. Like, you've already changed your answer. Yeah, so I've taught him this mistake since he was little. That's why he still does it.
Yeah. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, some of my children have done that, so.
Yeah. They just work on you. But when it says for a show coming soon, can you just put the date there? Coming out on blah, blah, blah dates. Because coming soon, I get a lot of questions leading up to the coming soon. Do you think that would help us? I think it would help us. So Raytheon, of all places, there was that little thing on the website with Raytheon. My bad. I saw it. Did you get COVID jabbed?
Oh, yeah, I caught COVID probably last year in March.
What was your COVID like? Because I never got the vaccination.
So I got vaccinated, so, you know, you didn't miss much. It didn't help. So,
You got COVID from the COVID vaccination. What did you say? Hang on a second.
No. When you get vaccinated, right, it's supposed to at least give you protection for 6 months, right? But, you know, if you catch it 6 months later, it wasn't much of a vaccine. So,
What was your COVID like? Did it knock you around or just...
it was like worse than a cold, but milder than the flu. So I think there's a lot of hype to how bad COVID was. I mean, if you're in really poor health or you were old, yeah, you're at risk, but you're at risk for a lot of diseases that way. But
It was for the COVID vaccination passport with the New World Order. We all need this. Come on, people. Yeah, vaccinated. I was sitting there in another chat platform saying, they're trying to wipe them out. It's like watching genocide. That's what you all decided. Like, what, vaccine, booster. How many do you think they can have before they start dropping? 7, maybe? I don't know yet.
yeah,
No one get boosters.
I was forced to take the vaccination or lose my job. So I took a vaccination. So
Yeah, you'll be right. Don't stress it.
And then,
Everyone's stressed that they're going to die. I should stop saying it to people going, you got the vaccination? Oh, well, see ya. Now you did. Why did you do that for?
yeah, just don't do a lot of athletic stuff because the athletes are dropping like flies after their vaccinations. But but no,
Do you regret it? Hang on.
I'm not sure if I'm having side effects from it or not, but I did not want to take an experimental vaccine.
You just didn't see the signs.
Yeah.
You didn't have Greg Hunt on your TV every day saying, it's an experimental vaccine. Experimental vaccine. He was on the TV. Health minister? A health minister, not even a doctor, telling us. And I'm looking at it going, oh, better get that recording, dump it into Twitter. Yeah, so we can keep that one. Kick him out. And then Scott Morris is saying it's like rounding up the sheep. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And he's just standing there like it's all normal.
Yeah.
People yelling at people. Well, you can't let us walk over this border. They put barricades. You'd had to stand on either side of a barricade. I'm thinking they've gone nuts. Like we're 25 million. All the tourists left.
Yeah.
So Raytheon, what are you going to make there? What do you make? What are they? Military?
We do all sorts of
Flying
things.
spaceships? No. What do they do?
Yeah. So my division makes like ejection seats for aircraft, like F-16s and F-22s. And they also do like the spacesuits and other space systems. We also kind of do it's called like connected battle space, where we kind of integrate a bunch of military hardware together and communicate and kind of make a connected communication network to speed up the commands and actions together. So
Weird. No, not
And,
weird. I like space talk.
Right.
That's why I'm in space.
and then we do things with missiles,
Yeah,
guidance systems and stuff. So
that's okay. You don't need to. You need to keep them. Just in case the guys in the sky come down and go, what the? Sorry.
I won't mention anything that'll get you in trouble, I promise.
I've seen a space thingy from the sky.
Oh.
When I was 17. Yeah, just before my 18th birthday. Just before the Russians started following me around everywhere. I know it sounds crazy, but it was a little bit in the newspaper. And the whole of Canberra went on blackout. It went boosh, power gone. Of course, we live near the electrical substation. Great place to put us. How dangerous is that? I don't think there was enough clearance between the houses, to be honest. And hadn't been living there long. And yeah, this thing came in. I was pretty upset that day, just saying. It was really sad. Next thing, la 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 la, down from the sky, like, what the hell was that? Then Canberra, bang, power gone. Everyone's like not going to work. I had to start work. I was working, right? I started work at midday. It's just before my 18th, a few weeks before. I'm like, go to work. It's a quiet day today. No one went to work. It happened, get to work. Then I find out from someone that had driven in from out of town, because she worked out of town at Canberra. This was at Lara Street. And she drove out in and she goes, no, hang on, I turn up. She's there. And I go, Tina, where is everyone? She goes, don't you start. Like a typical Australian. I've been doing nothing more than answering phone calls all morning because no one's at work. I said, oh, well, you are. I am. She goes, yeah, it's the two of us. I go, yeah. She goes, I'm surprised you're even here. I go, why are you saying that for? She goes, because of the blackout that happened. I went, blackout? She goes, yeah. Yeah, all of Canberra went down. I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, that's why none of them are here, because none of their alarms were working this morning. I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense. Right. The alarms didn't work. They couldn't wake up, but the phones were working by that stage, and they rang up. She goes, yeah. Okay, rightio. Nice. She goes, so? I'm like, yeah. She goes, just chatting, looking at my wrists and stuff to see if I had any things. I'm like, what are you looking for? Scars? Have you been tagged or something? What the fuck? So I was the first one that she'd seen since the blackout. She's like, what happened in Canberra that night? I'm like, I don't know. The thing came down and we just all went, poof, gone. Brain chip, probably. Who knows? No, I shouldn't say jokes like that. Yeah, so I saw that. Many people didn't believe the story, but it was in the Canberra Times, which is online. They put all the newspapers, obviously, online. And, yeah, I'm glad someone from ABC took the video or whatever and kept it hidden. Scare everyone.
Michelle, I hate to stop you and break, but I have a work meeting I have to run, so I'll have to put us on pause for a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. I just ramble on about this to that to this. I was just thinking Raytheon space stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So if you're still on after the meeting, it'll only be like 15 minutes. I'd love to hear some more.
Oh,
That's okay.
yeah. I'll be here. Here. I might watch that video. I really want to get your song, but I want to watch that video. Okay.
All right.
Have fun.
Sorry about interrupting you too. Okay.
With what? You're okay. You're fine.
All right. Thank you.
String Theory. What's his name? Actually, I want to watch String Theory.
Now you can trade in your own phone. Get money towards a new iPhone.
There's an iPhone. Get Apple Music. Who's writing this? Who's so damn? Oh my goodness. Do not read that DM from that man. He's a stalker.
What are the fundamental constituents that make up our world? What is all the matter in the universe made of? What theory provides a description of the physical properties of nature at the scale of subatomic particles? What theory best describes everything? Can there be a theory of everything?
Yes.
American theoretical physicist Michio Kaku
I just spoke
is
to
the
the
author of several
TV and I
books
just
about physics
realised.
and has worked on research on quantum mechanics. He has a unique way of explaining things that make hard concepts such as quantum physics and string theory seem apprehensible to us mere mortals.
What I do for a living is string theory. That's my day job. And you see, string theory is a multiverse theory. So people say, first of all, what is string theory? String theory simply says that all the particles we see in nature, the electron, the proton, the quarks, what have you, are nothing but vibrations on a musical string, on a tiny, tiny little string. You know, G. Robert Oppenheimer, the creator of the atomic bomb, was so frustrated in the 1950s with all these subatomic particles being created in our atom smashers that he announced one day that the Nobel Prize in Physics should go to the physicist who doesn't discover a new particle magazine. So today we think they're nothing but musical notes on these tiny little vibrating strings. So what is physics? Physics is the harmonies you can write on vibrating strings. What is chemistry? Chemistry is the melodies you can play on these strings. What is the universe? The universe is a symphony of strings.
This is the mysterious world of quantum physics. As we explore the strange and fascinating phenomena of the subatomic world, where particles behave in ways that defy our everyday understanding of reality, we will oversimplify these concepts and hopefully you will forgive us for doing so. because there is nothing harder to understand in science than quantum physics.
No, I
As
don't think so.
Richard
It's
Feynman
easy.
said, if you think you understand quantum mechanics, you don't understand quantum mechanics. At the heart of the quantum world lies the atom, the building blocks of matter that were once thought to be indivisible. But as physicists delved deeper into the atomic world, they discovered that particles don't behave like matter. In the quantum world, particles exist in a cloud of atoms. To make things even more bizarre, particles seem to be influenced by the observer, as if they are aware of being watched. But that's not all. String theory takes us even deeper into the mysterious world of subatomic particles. According to this theory, particles are not tiny dots, but tiny strings that vibrate at different frequencies, creating the variety of particles that make up our universe. It's fascinating to think that thousands of years ago, ancient Greek philosophers such as Democritus attempted to understand the atomic world using reason and logic.
You know, Pythagoras was a rival of Democritus. Democritus talked about atoms 2,000 years ago, and Pythagoras said, no. Music is the language of the universe. So he looked at a lyre string and said, look at the vibrations. Each vibration corresponds to a musical note. The universe is music. The universe is created by vibrating things. Each vibration corresponds to a note. He went to a blacksmith where there were long bars of metal, and they were clanging these bars. And he said, the longer the lyre string, the lower the note. And then he said, this is the universe. What explains the diversity? What's paradigm? That never went anywhere. Because, of course, the atomic theory wasn't created for another 2,000 years.
Oh,
But finally,
String theory has also led to some intriguing ideas, such as the possibility of a multiverse, where our universe is just one of many. While this idea is purely theoretical, it shows that the quest to understand the subatomic world is far from over. Some of the greatest minds in science have struggled to understand quantum theory. One of the most notable was Albert Einstein, who believed in a hidden reality that we can't directly observe. He rejected the idea of entanglement, but as experiments continued to prove the validity of quantum theory, Einstein's views became increasingly marginalized.
when I was 8, something happened to me as well. It was in all the papers that a great scientist had just died, and they put a picture of his desk on the front page. That's it, just a simple picture of the front page of the newspapers of his desk. That desk had a book on it, which was open, and the caption said, more or less, this is the unfinished manuscript from the greatest scientist of our time. So I said to myself, well, why couldn't he finish it? What's so hard that you can't finish it if you're a great scientist? It's a homework problem, right? Why couldn't he solve it?
I left a little gift that I'm going to leave for it. What the fuck? You're all doing the
Why the
same.
greatest scientist of our time
What are we
couldn't
doing?
finish something. With GoDaddy, it's easy to find a domain name that suits your business. Go for it at godaddy.com.au.
If you look after a loved one, who's looking after you? Carer Gateway is a free support service especially for you. So if you could use some help, call or visit the website today. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
And then over the years, I found out the guy had a name, Albert Einstein, and that book was the theory of everything. It was unfinished. Well, today I can read that book. I can see all the dead ends and false starts that he made, and I began to realize that he lost his way because he didn't have a physical picture to guide him on the third try. On the first try, he talked about clocks and lightning bolts and meter sticks, and that gave us special relativity, which gave us the atomic bomb. The second great picture was gravity, with balls rolling rolling on Earth's surfaces. And that gave us the Big Bang, creation of the universe, black hole. On the third try, he missed it. He had no picture at all to guide him. Well, today we think that picture is string theory.
String theory also proposes the existence of extra dimensions beyond the three we are familiar with. It's a mind-bending concept that raises the possibility of multiple universes, each with their own set of physical laws. These parallel universes, also known as the multiverse, are a popular topic in science fiction, but they are also a serious area of study for scientists. The idea is that every time there is a decision to be made, the universe splits off in two or more possible outcomes, each occurring within its own separate universe. String theory could also help explain the mystery of dark matter. This mysterious substance makes up around 27% of the universe, but we can't directly observe it. One explanation is that dark matter is made up of particles known as WIMPs, weakly interacting massive particles, which could be produced by the vibrations of strings. While there is still so much we don't know about string theory, it has opened up new avenues of research and shown us that the universe is far more complex and wondrous than we ever imagined. However, string theory, thought to be more accurate, the string hypothesis, has also been heavily criticised by the scientific community. One of the main criticisms is that it is difficult to test or falsify it. The theory requires the existence of extra dimensions beyond the three we are familiar with, but these dimensions are too small to be observed directly. Another criticism is that the theory is yet to make any predictions that can be verified through experiments. Despite decades of research and numerous mathematical developments, string theory has not produced any definitive results that can be tested in the lab. Some scientists argue that the theory is overly complex and convoluted. Universes and exotic particles.
That's why they can't ride.
While string theory has the potential to revolutionize our understanding of the universe, it is important to approach it with a critical eye and to continue to explore alternative explanations for the mysteries of the subatomic world.
I would say that any field of research, when it's new, it's going to attract attention, and the news outlets are going to cover it, and students are going to flock to it, sure. But as a field matures, it does shed those qualities because it's no longer as novel as it was when it was first introduced 30 or 40 years ago. But you need to judge it by a different standard. You need to judge it by, is it making progress on foundational issues, deepening our understanding of the subject? And by that measure, string theory is scoring very high. Now, at the same time, you also need to judge whether it makes contact with experiments too, and on that measure, we're still challenged. So I would say that many string theorists, myself included, are very sober about the theory. It has the tremendous progress that it had 30, 40 years ago. That hasn't gone away, but we've become better equipped at assessing the long journey ahead.
Because everything's everywhere, and we call it solid order, because we know where everything is. So quantum mechanics tends to fight against solids. Okay.
Wait a second.
So let me do this with two examples. So one example.
What did he just say?
To vapor, or from ice to liquid to vapor. Here we were varying the temperature. Okay. But quantum mechanics suggests that similar. So these lines are called phase transitions, right? Ice is a phase, gas is a phase, liquid is a phase. And these, when you go from one to the other, that's called a phase transition, right? That change between phases. So this sort of tendency of quantum mechanics to mess things up, to destroy your attempt to put things in precise places.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Now,
There is a tunnel and machinery inside. Inside that tunnel sends beams of energy in a vast circle.
The Large Hadron Collider, LHC, at CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, has become a focal point of revolutionary scientific discoveries.
The particle accelerator altered the weight of one electron and therefore destroyed our universe, shifted us into the universe that's directly next to it, and therefore things are different in this universe.
This video elucidates 10 compelling reasons why scientists conjecture that CERN has unlocked a portal to an extra dimension, launching us into a new realm of understanding about the cosmos. Number 1. Observation of unexplained phenomena. The Large Hadron Collider, LHC, at CERN, is the world's most powerful particle accelerator. At its core, the LHC is a 17-mile ring buried under the France-Switzerland border near Geneva, where subatomic particles zip around at nearly the speed of light. The LHC allows physicists to recreate the conditions that existed a fraction of a second after the Big Bang. During the early operation stages of the LHC, several unexplained phenomena were observed that baffled scientists. For instance, detectors in the LHC started recording an unexpectedly high number of particle collisions at certain energy levels. These anomalous events did not match predictions based on the standard model of particle physics, which has been the cornerstone of our understanding of the subatomic world for the last half-century. Additionally, a series of experiments dubbed as beauty experiments were aimed at measuring the decay of beauty quarks, a type of elementary particle. The results showed discrepancies with the predictions of the standard model, again pointing towards the presence of new physics beyond our current understanding. Anomalies were also observed in the behavior of Oscillation Project with a motion tracking apparatus experiment detected neutrinos seemingly traveling faster than light, contradicting Einstein's theory of relativity. Although later attributed to a technical glitch, such observations sparked widespread debate and excitement about the possibilities they could imply, including the existence of extra dimensions. Moreover, LHC's experiments also produced heavier than expected Higgs boson particles. This sparked theories that the excess weight could be the result of interactions with particles or fields in a higher dimension, serving as potential evidence of dimensions beyond our conventional 3 spatial dimensions. Another curious observation pertains to the nature of gravity. Despite being the most familiar force, gravity is the weakest among the fundamental forces of the universe and remains largely unexplained in the realm of particle physics. Some theories suggest that the weakness of gravity can be attributed to its dilution across multiple.
No,
Meet Cocoa Bella. Dairy free. Feel free. It's yogurt with all the feels. Cocoa Bella. Feel cocoa better. Are your contact lenses causing discomfort? Switch to Total One.
A portion of which could have been accessed by the LHC. While none of these phenomena provide conclusive evidence for the existence of extra dimensions, they have certainly challenged our understanding of fundamental physics. The observations have introduced
Michelle, are you there?
Oh, sorry. Yes. Yep.
I just I saw your mic off and everything, and I know I put you on pause, so I'm just checking to see if you're there.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You do what you do. Got a young adult is a teenager in my viewpoint. That is the reason why I stay up quite late at times, and he's taught me to be this role, like, because I've got to keep him quiet because some of the neighbours in the past used to complain, and the neighbours next to me, I like these neighbours, and they go to work at 5 a.m. They go to bed early, so I try to stay up at night, and just make sure he's not going to turn the house into a party household. He's done that before.
Wow, so it must be quite late where you are. What time is it for you?
I had to tape the top of my phone up. Someone was sending me messages, and I've put them on block so many times. It's ridiculous. 1:46 a.m. It's okay.
Oh, wow. Quite the night owl, huh?
You can hear your hearing of a tone that I need to take at times. Yes, so someone keeps. Actually, I tape up my cameras on my phone, and I don't wear a forward hat. I'm just saying that. But I've got a strip of tape across the top, just a little bit. Because someone had figured out how to harass me a bit, and I had set my phone down on the lounge, and this is a while back. I'd walked over to the front door, just set the phone there, just looking at the front door thinking, some of these nights, eventually it'll make sense. And then I walked back over, and my phone screen was like, there was a face there talking, and I'm looking at it going, huh? They could see me and I could see them. That's when I'm thinking, who is this face? It's not my face. And I had a confused moment very briefly, and I went, oh, hang on, my camera's on. What? How did that happen? And she reckoned I called her, and I never called her. And I never rang her. I don't use FaceTime. Why would I ring that lady? That was the lady from the holiday place we used to go to. And I thought maybe she'd rung me and the phone turned on somehow, but there was no one in the room. It was just, and I was at the door, and why would I contact her for? That she was the emergency number for the hotel. Why would I ring her for? And the call had happened in between when I was at the door. And then I started thinking stupid things like, maybe the cat ran in and pressed all these buttons on the phone, thinking, oh, I've magically figured out how to press this one, this one, this one, this one, and make a connection. So I tape up the phone now with the cameras, right?
Oh, okay.
There's a reason for why I'm saying this. So Apple decided to monitor my phone for 24 hours. They said it was ghosting. I'm like, yeah, right. We have ghosts here ringing people from my camera. She goes, sometimes it happens. Like, is that what you call it? When someone goes into your system, goes, think, mucks around with my system? Ghosting? Yeah, good one. I call it workplace harassment, or I don't know, employee, like, I'm using the service, harassment somehow, we're all working together. Anyway, so I've got the tape at the top. Now, you'd think that would be enough tape to cover random messages that you don't want to see on your phone. Even if I block this person, can I turn off random messages? Maybe this is a fault of me not using the phone properly with that. They keep popping up at the top of the screen. As soon as I started watching String Theory and CERN, message, ding, 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 ding.
Well, you can go through notifications and control which applications and how messages appear if you want.
I haven't researched Twitter enough. I should go on a tutorial. Is there like a video tutorial where you sit down and watch and go, oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can probably do that. I mean, if you just type,
Video
change
tutorial.
notifications,
Yeah.
and I'm sure Apple will have help for you.
I did the Apple, for Apple. No, oh, I see. I think it's a Twitter app thing I have to do. I see what you're saying. Ooh, it's a different thing. It's going ding. I'm an idiot. Yes. No, will that stop the little push down at the top?
I wouldn't say idiot. I mean, let's just be a little kinder to yourself, all right?
I'll just put the tape there for now. Get into it. You get over that, yeah. Settings.
Basically, Twitter doesn't like it when you turn off notifications. It'll let you know if you try and follow somebody. Yeah, like when you have notifications turned on for following, it'll say, no, you can't do that because you have your notifications turned off. So they look. So.
Yeah. Twitter, hang on a second. What's going on? Hang on, listen. So, Twitter doesn't like. No, photos, microphone, yes, camera. There's a camera on Twitter. Siri search. Is that why Siri's been mucking around? Siri wants to learn how you use Twitter to make suggestions across apps. Do we want that on? Are they cheating?
No, you don't want that.
Don't want that on. They're cheating. Okay, that's why Siri's been mucking around on my phone. I don't even use notifications. Time sensitive, maybe? No. Oh, banner style. Get rid of. It says temporary or persistent. I've got it on temporary. Could you imagine if it was persistent? I've got this ding, ding, ding. What if we turn it? Can I not turn that off? What? We don't any alerts, sounds and badges. Wow. That can get just off. That might give me a rest for a bit. Because he's going to do my head in. And I can take that tape off. I'm trying to just I've got to leave this other tape on. See, I've been hacked quite a lot too. I don't have a big security team that walks around me in public. Hacked. Yeah, what is hacked more? Why are you hacking me for? You said those words. Oh, yeah, okay. Stop hacking me. I didn't do anything. But you're that person. Yeah, right. What does that mean? Is there something you all know that I don't know? That's not fair. Ding, 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 ding. Just wanted to watch a show in between with your work. Ding, ding, ding. And I'm like, stuff this. Easy solution. Tape. I was going to grab a piece of paper and I thought, luckily, just chuck that across the top, block it. Yeah, I'm not looking at it. Then you'd hear this ding, 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 ding. Changing my vibration. Is that what we call it? Thank you.
You can also flip that little switch on the side. That will also kind of silence things if you want. It'll turn like noisy notifications into vibrations, or not at all, depending on what your settings are. So it should be like right above your volume buttons on your iPhone. So
Yes. Silent mode. Effects are off. I never bothered to research my phone too much. Okay, I don't hate phones that much. I like phones. I even helped want to create. You know what? Before they had this creation, I even thought about this creation, thinking that would be a good idea. But then I don't try and learn how to use the thing. She's going to help us do what? I'm not very good at the phones. So I saw a web page on the Raytheon website. It looked like it was from Raytheon. I was told by someone else it was from Raytheon, and it had some information there. And I went, guys, I've just read something, and if that's the case, we've got a problem. And they said, what is it? And I said, you might want to double check this, because, you know, sometimes I'm a bit of a Penny from the Big Bang Theory, and she's not even brilliant. I just be stupid, okay? And I just had a moment. Obviously, I do it with the phone quite a lot. So I'm looking at it, and here's this web page, and I'm going, oh, is this right? Why are the numbers going downwards here with population count? What have they figured out? Did I miss something? No. And I'm telling them, and they look at it, they grab all the information. And then we're just talking about things. And I'm wondering again, is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? No. And then I'm sitting there and I go, I got it. It's the virus. The virus? Okay, it's the only logical sense. The population numbers like that would have to be a virus. What else would it be? Oh, yeah. You all know they're doing Agenda 21, Agenda 50, Agenda all this. Are they? What are those things? Yeah, right, yeah, gotcha. Don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm just telling you what I see. And they just go through. And then you've got your COVID. So what else are you guys running in the background?
What, me? I run nothing in the background.
Anyway, sorry, that's okay. So I tell these guys, right? And who are these people? They're on Tal Talk, called InfoWars. InfoWars? Is it I think it is. InfoWars? Something like that. No, I always get it wrong. That's how I remember it. I have to do it wrong. Like, I can't remember Joe Rogan. I just did then. But in my head, I was thinking Seth. He looks more like a Seth to me. So I named him Seth, and then I couldn't remember his name. Seth. And they'd go, Seth. He looks like a Seth. Oh, that's Joe Rogan. Oh, Joe Rogan's Seth. Yeah, couldn't it?
Yeah, it's Seth Joe Rogan.
And Seth was then connected with, wasn't there a Seth of Julian Assange that disappeared? Where's that Seth? Yeah, that's right. Everyone's still looking. He died. Oh, that's right. Why? Because he was in the know. Right. He was in the know. So Seth, Joe Rogan, what was I saying before that? Oh, InfoWars, there was no agenda. Yeah, no agenda. Yeah, so I was there with them. Yeah. And then they wanted to know everything. And then next thing you know, I've got people at me from the Freemasons. They kept belittling me all the time. That's why I'm really mean to myself usually, because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Who else was there? Lots of people. Militaries that turned up all the time. Feds would turn up. Everyone turned up. We all just sat there and pretended that we weren't something that we were. And then you'd have the people at me, Kangaroo, because I'd run Kangaroo in there, like my name. I'd just call it a running name. Hobby name. Kangaroo, what else is going to happen? Then you had the people that wanted to know gravity, time, space, travel. I'm like, wow, I'm getting brilliant now. Quantum mechanics. Cool. I could do these things. I like this. Then, next thing you know, people are turning up talking about Elon. And I'm like, Elon? Who's Elon? They go, Elon. I go, oh, that's that PayPal guy, isn't it? Go, that guy with Peter Thiel, the vampire. We don't like him. Do we like him? We don't know yet. I always thought he was gay, but he's not gay. Hang on, is he gay?
No, he's not gay. He's got children and he has girlfriends, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Zuckerberg. I thought he was gay too. But he's actually... I'm sorry. I was going through a phase of, are they gay?
No.
Are they gay? Is that person gay? Gay. They're all gay. Yay. Pretend they're gay. Okay. Until otherwise told that they're not, to me they're all gay. Yep. That's nothing wrong with thinking.
Yeah, so Elon, you know, he does like the spaceships and the rockets.
Okay. Yeah. I used to play with rockets when I was little. Not the rockets where you get to blow up because you had to be a boy. You'd have I got the little Apollo. I had the little rocket from this little. Even get that's for men. Radio. That's right. Okay. Why am I not allowed?
Boy, so yeah. Boy, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I went from bondage gear for the man, just something in leather and some toy going somewhere, and then, you know, and then it went a little bit bad. Guys, the boy toy. I don't scream for those guys. Just saying. Do I want a male prostitute? I only learned the other day, this goes really quick, hey. Male prostitute means ice cream.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know. So there's terms for hot dogs, pizzas and things. And then there was ice cream. And I'm like, really? Oh, that makes sense. Because there was a conversation in the space here with the stalker guy that's not here now at the moment, right? And the other... Mr. I, the guy that's usually in here with the blue circle, he was in here and he was saying, so how do you say ice cream in French? Because the guy that's a stalker of me is supposed to... He says, I'm sitting that out of it. Next few days after, I see this term people that want to be in the know sort of thing on your phone, on the internet. Hot dogs, cheese is one. What the hell is cheese? Guys are all talking about cheese, and I've hit almost every trigger hider word they use. He's singing it. I'm like, what the F is going on here? Next thing you know, I'm off hanging. I mean, we're all in the... What the fuck is going on? Next thing, we're having all sorts of weird, wonderful conversations, synchronizing properly. Freaking ice cream. Now you're talking about toy boys. That's the stalker guy. He's a bit of a toy boy, isn't he? Not that you want a toy boy around here. Do you want a toy boy around here? For me, do I need a toy boy? I don't think I need a toy boy.
I don't know. Do you? I mean,
oh, it's optional. Thanks. Hanging around. Yeah. I'll just play with it a little bit. Dangle it around and then complain about it. Oh, I lost my toy. It was awful. I need a new one. Like a good little cat, off it goes and hunts and preys. Plays, hey? Sorry, I talk a lot.
When you're tired of your toy, you could go for a different one, right?
Yeah, you just upgrade. If you break your toy, you get another one. Bad toy's broken. You can cry about it. Broke the toy. It wasn't working properly. Then I found all this stuff out about the toy that I didn't know would happen with that toy. I'd like a different toy. Where do I get one of them? And she was like, well, I'm going to be your toy for now. What are we talking about? You. Running thought. You have to do that when you're thinking really quickly, don't you? Run. So Einstein did. You just go bang, 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 keep going. Then next thing you know, you're writing numbers down on a piece of paper and you're like, oh. And then add a triangle and a circle. Shove it in the square and then figure out what came first. None of them. Because how can none of them come first? They're all the same, aren't they?
With the circle and the square?
Yeah, they're the same. The circle and the square are the same. You're like, how the fuck did she get the circle and the square the same? The internal angles. Internal angles. Oh, this came from the Sky Gods. I think I made a note about it just in case I forgot, because I didn't want to get it wrong. Pythagoras, I'm stuck in a loop. It's the same thing. Why am I stuck in this loop? Because I think about it. Anyway, I did see that alien spaceship. I don't know if I'd call it alien though. I just call it three big lights.
So you said you saw an alien spaceship?
Yeah, I think it was alien. It was different. Oh, it's really sad. And then I saw 3 weird lights in the sky once, like really weird, at the meteor time. Yeah. But, yeah, this alien spaceship thing, it didn't really have. It was just. If it was. I just saw light, 3 lights, like huge lights, like big, in a soft. Some people say candle because I've spoken about this, and they said candle to me, but I'm going with a soft peach. It's more like that, like really. It wasn't like. Anyway, there were 3 of them. And the 3 of them ascended at the same time. And there was no sound. They were too huge. I thought, what the hill? But they kept getting bigger. And I'm thinking, they're moving differently. You know, because you just go through the thought process. 'Cause I was 17 and just a few weeks shy of 18. And I'm watching it and I'm thinking, is that a car? How are they doing? Moving? Because normally they go down. You know, if you've got a car, they all move differently up and down the hill. Because this was a hillside, right? And vehicles move on the ground. And if it's in the sky, then they move differently. But this was not a vehicle on the ground. This was coming down like this, slowly lowering itself down. And I was sitting there, I was upset, crying. I'd had enough of everything. I was so over everything. I thought the whole world hated me. And then I had that thought, look up, and I look up and I saw that come down. And I'm like, why? And I keep going back to grey with what I see afterwards. It's like the light, what I see is like when you look through your eyes, you see colour. And in the morning light, it felt like that's what the thought was, a morning light or something. But it was grey, and I'm thinking, this is an odd one. And my clothes felt, and this sounds weird, they were on me, right, normally, but they just felt uncomfortable, like, I don't know, just didn't feel right. And then I felt really burnt. I felt like I was burning, but I was going to go to the bathroom because I was checking my skin. I'm thinking, why do I feel so hot? And then so I'm on the back veranda. This is early morning. I walk back in the house, right? The light's on. I'm thinking it's early, but it wasn't that early. Like maybe 8, 9, maybe? Something like that. Something in the morning, because the clock wasn't working. Because I don't know why the clock wasn't working. It said 9, but I'd gone out onto the veranda at 9 at night. But I'm shutting the door, I'm switching the light off, and I'm thinking, well, that's embarrassing. I hope Dad didn't see me, like, before he went to work. Dad see me on the veranda out there asleep. He's just left me. Because he was on night shift, morning shift. That's why he went to bed early the night before at 9. And around then, and I decided to stay up a bit later and just sit out in the veranda by myself, which I never, ever do. Anyway, next morning, he's walking down the hallway and he goes, I'm late for work. He goes, there must have been a power out. The power's not working. The alarm didn't go off. I'm like, oh, okay. And he went off to work. That's, before the Tina thing. I'm thinking nothing of it. I go there, I'm having a shower, whatever. Feels like I'm burning. I feel normal. Off I go to work by midday. And next thing you know, you find out all of Canberra had a massive blackout. Geez, God, yeah. But I keep trying to remember what happened in between with, I just can't remember. I can't remember it. I felt like I wanted to go to Mary Rodwell in Australia and have a chat with her. She does like hypnosis or whatever. And I thought she could muck my head up. Like, what if she does something? What if something said or happens that really shouldn't be said or happen? And I've tried to do it myself, and I just get back to, I swear I ran into the house. I must have been scared. I don't know, I went behind the kitchen. I think I went into the pantry and there was some black looking thing. That's all I've got. And then it's gone. Like, nothing. And I don't know if that part's correct or not. I just know what I logically saw, where I'm not trying to think too hard about things. What I saw was what I saw. And then it was in the newspaper anyway. Yeah. Then afterwards, I had the Russians stalk me for like 7 years, 8 years. Seriously. No joke. Russians. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Igor Vladimir. I'm like, Igor Vladimir, whatever. Turn up to work all day, every day. He'll just turn up. Because it was a printing press. It was one of my first jobs. You know when you get a job just to take a job? Some people work at McDonald's. I worked in the printing industry. And so I thought that would be better on a resume, of course, because you print it out back in the day, than it would with the McDonald's. Even though I was paid next to nothing to work there. And this Mr. Eagle kept coming in all the time. Looking, staring, looking. Just staring. And I was at that working and he's just, as the customer, staring at me. And what the hell are you doing? And then he started popping up everywhere. Follow me around. Then things went missing from the stores and also, like, it was the weirdest entanglement. And then he changed his entire physique. To look like something that he thought I wanted in my life.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it did, serious. He went from brunette to blonde. Like, he bleached his hair and I didn't even want a blonde. We were mucking around at work, writing on this whiteboard, writing down, Dream Man. I was playing a game. I thought, yeah, I swear he's out there stalking me. I know how to get rid of the brunette stalker guy. I'll write a big sign on the wall here on the whiteboard with the other chick that was working with me. Let's write Dream Man, because one of the stores, I know I'm rambling a bit, one of the stores, there were 2 stores that we were connected with, right? Alara Street and is that other one? Can't remember. The other side of town. 2 stores. And I was being circulated through 2 stores. 12 to 5 at one, 5 to 8 at the other. Huh. And so one of the stores, they're both fish bowls. I used to call them the fish bowl because the outside, the big windows, it's just all glass. It's just big windows. Everyone can see in. And when you're there at nighttime, lights on inside, no lights on outside. You're sitting there like you're this little human acting like you're in a fishbowl, right? Both stores were the same. So the first fishbowl, I write this sign. I'm thinking, get rid of stalker. I know. Play a game with him. He's irritating me. Dream Man. Blah, blah, blah. And then I got the other chick to write something. And then I'm writing back. And then she's writing. We're going back and forth. And I'm looking at it going, yeah, that's a beauty. I can go with that. Yeah, all these things. Yeah, beautiful. That's a dream man. I never wrote it was my dream man. Just dream man. He's gone past that afterwards, after work, and stolen the whiteboard. He broke in. The stalker broke it into. There's a police record. He went in, and the only thing that was stolen was the whiteboard. Why would you even steal it? Just look through the window and go, aha. He's making a point. Next thing you know, at the other fishbowl, not too long later, about a week later, turns Mr. Dream Man. And I'm like, not realising who he is. And Tina, this young lady I'm working with, she's got this big smile on her face. She goes, you don't remember him, do you? And I've gone, who, him? I'm like, he looks all right, what? And she goes, that's the guy that's always here looking at you. I go, are you sure? Maybe. Really? What's he done to his face? She's like, yeah, your stalker's changed. Look at that. I'm like, oh, great. And look, he's put so much effort into being a stalker as well. What's he always doing that for? Just be yourself. Oh, look, he's even got... What is going on with his car? Wait, aren't you friends with the Italians now, are you? Mr. the Italian car yard man? Oh, I see. What's going on here? Yeah, off you go and play. And he was just around me all the time trying to figure out how it worked. He goes, what's going on? How is this all working? I ended up befriending the Russian man. I have a bad habit of doing that. Just saying. I did befriend him. I thought, well, he keeps asking me out all the time. He wanted me to be his girlfriend. Best way to stalk a person, go and date them. Russians are good at that. That's what he was trying to do. Because it's easier to then just ring, turn up when you're lurking around behind trees and things. It's a lot easier. It's easier now. You've got phones. But back then, they didn't have all that stuff. We didn't have it like that. So he used to always he was hiding behind trees and he started putting wigs on, makeup on, pretending he was a woman. He'd just pop up and go, hello, like really silly. Because he had told me he was a Russian spy. And that's why he had no legal paperwork. And he was just wanting to know what was going on. He was watching, he just couldn't stop watching me and hanging around me. And then he kept annoying other people. And he was hanging in the hub in Canberra, right? This is way before military. It's funny stuff. He's hanging in the, what do they call it? Le Deutsche Vita, the hub. Back in Canberra days, that's where all the government people would hang out and pass over information, like what I'm doing now. But I'm not a government person, so they shouldn't have been doing it. I can do what I want. This is off government. This is not when I was working for the government. They're hanging out there. This Russian somehow weasels his way into the Dolce Vita. And he has found some information that he can blackmail the boss on, all right? Apparently. This is what I was told. And he had slept with one of the Italians' females, one of the people's and they didn't like it. So this Italian person was watching the Russian, and then they realised the Russian was watching me. And then they made contact with me, the Italians, and go, what's going on? And I go, what are you talking about? They go, who are you? I'm like, I'm me. What do you think? Just me. What? And they go, ever heard of the word Igor? I go, oh yeah, Igor. Hangs in Malta. Okay, everyone knows him. I said, no. I wouldn't be surprised. He's sleeping around everywhere. And then they go, well, this guy's name was Michael, the Italian. He goes, he's following you around. I go, oh, yeah. Yeah, he is. I know. He's everywhere. I just can't get around. And then he's like, he slept with my girlfriend. I go, oh, okay, right. He goes, do you want to get payback at him? I'm like, how are we going to do that? And he goes, just you come over and just leave your car here at the apartment. You can stay here if you want or not. It doesn't matter. That'll be enough payback. He'll think you're here. I'm like, oh yeah, but my car's here. So your car's there. How do you get home? Just get part of my car and walk. So I stayed there, right, to make it look right for whatever payback. Well, oh, this will get rid of the Russian eventually. Didn't get rid of the Russian. It made it worse. He just kept hanging around, wanting to know how it worked. And I'm like, what do you mean it worked? How does it work? What, me? Just always hanging around, watching. Then you got in trouble.
Was he stalking you because of your previous work, or is he just stalking you because you're a woman?
The government, I'd spoken to them about it when I joined, and they said, your ex-boyfriend. I'm like, you think he's a boyfriend? He's working the system. He's working the pay. Like, he's figured something out with me. That turns up straight not too long a few weeks, just a short period, a little, because he waited till I felt like he waited. They were heavily following me around after that thing came down from the sky. I, stupid me, thought maybe they're following because of my father. Maybe because of that. Maybe they were doing a bit of both. Following all the time. And then that's kind of why it helped to join the military, to get away from them. It didn't really work, did it? All tied up together, aren't they? Especially the big super jet that turned up that time. You know, the big Russian one that landed on Tyndall Base? You'd have to know the skies, you'd know that would have landed there. Guess who was doing a walk-in at the cockpit? What? 2 other guys and some random kids. And apparently I was the base photographer. I was a walk-in at the cockpit when that Russian jet landed. We all know it landed. Let's not pretend that we didn't know it landed.
Okay.
And that stalker was on the back of the plane because the curtain was open. That Russian guy was there. Unless they've made a whole clone of Russian military guys that looks the same.
Don't all Russians look the same?
No, I don't. Many Russians. Well, not that many, a few.
They don't look like the guy from. Have you watched the Rocky movies?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Is he a bashed up Russian?
So yeah, there's in Rocky 5 he fights a Russian boxer. So and Sylvester Stallone. So this is more of American trivia. You may not know. So he's like a 7-foot Russian guy, blonde hair, chiseled look,
Funny. Yeah, so that happened. He was on there. I'm at and get him out of Australia. And then I've got this camera. I'm not taking any photos. There wasn't any point. There was no point. That's not what I was to do. I was just it was just a nothing. And then I made a joke and I'm going, I say to the 2 kids that were there, would you like to can we take a photograph of the kids in here? He goes, yeah, sure. I'm standing there thinking, I'm not taking the photo. Because behind is a wall of listening devices on their plane. Listen. I'm standing there going, hey. Do you guys, you Russians, how brilliant they are, how they say that I'm standing there, and he goes, yeah, you can take a photo. And then he realizes, because I pause, I'm waiting for the gotcha. That's funny. And he goes, oh, no way, I take a photo of you over there at the cockpit, right? Pointing outwards. So it's out of, like, at the pilot seats, right? Not because it's a big cockpit anyway, with the devices. All the planes have them. And the boats. Come on. You know this. And so he takes that photograph. He scrolled through beforehand to see what was in there. And I hadn't taken any photos, right? I'm thinking, oh, that's lucky I didn't like stuff up and go, click. I'm not spying on your play. And then he hands it back. I go back to the office. I'm talking to Dave, and he goes, "Let's mix up and just call him first name of left hand." He goes, he goes, "Yeah, what happened?" Blah 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 blah. And he goes, what? I go, yeah. He goes, show me the photo. He has a look and he goes, oh, that's funny. He goes, I need to email that. I go, email it? Where to? He goes, Canberra. Can you emailing my photo to Canberra? He goes, yeah. He goes, I'm going to write how we almost had World War III. Douche your photo. I'm like, are you joking me? He goes, yeah, no, it's funny. He goes, how is this funny? It's not funny. Sensible. How we almost had. I'm like, really? You're blaming me? That should have been how you just missed World War III. Send my photo. Dave. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, boyfriend apparently went, and then next thing you know, a few years later, I've left the military because I've left for whatever, not a few years, not too long later. I've left. I've gone back to Queensland, right?
Okay.
And yeah, because I'd been trained at Amberley in Queensland, and I'd gone up to Tyndall. You go to Edinburgh, then I went to Amberley, then Tyndall, then back to Queensland with Brisbane. So I've come back. I'm living in Brisbane. I'm thinking nothing of it. A year, how many years? Yeah, I was pregnant. I get a knock at the door. Open it. Who's standing there? Russian standing there. I'm like, are you joking me? I thought he left. You're back. He's got this envelope with my name and address because I'd forwarded to change the address for the phone company, but it was such a pain to change the surname. And I'd been married in between, so my surname had changed, right? Surname to surname. And so I turn up, he's got the original surname on the Telstra bill, and I'm like, on this envelope, and he goes, they delivered it to the wrong address. And I'm looking at it thinking, are you kidding me? And he's got this letter, and I'm like, we're back, it hasn't stopped. I went in the military to get rid of you. They sort of fixed it, and then there were problems with the military, and then I leave the military, and now I've got Mr. Stalker again, Mr. Russian, that keeps turning up. Yeah, got your letter, know where you live. Right. Problem. I don't dislike Russians. I just don't need them trying to get into my knickers.
Yeah.
Unless they're incredibly sexy, and I'm just...
Oh.
Sorry, it's just a touch.
Yeah, no. Fair enough.
You're like, I wouldn't blame you. If there was a sexy Russian there with you, you'd be like, yeah, probably would go for it too.
Worst things to do, right?
Yeah. Sure. What if she becomes a hussy? With yours, would it have to be female? Because you said you're not gay, so it would be female. You're like, hey, I've got partners. It doesn't matter. I don't have to accept the terms and conditions. It does matter. I'm just saying with the conversation. Sorry. Yeah. Do you reckon they're ever going to figure out how to fix all these problems?
Fix which problems?
All the problems.
All of them.
Well, which ones do you want to fix? Just a few. Okay.
Didn't quite hear.
Well, which problems would you not fix? I was going for the whole bang usual. No, I'm not doing the big bang usual. Fix them all. Australians are funny over here. Careful. Sometimes I smoke a little bit of marijuana because I get anxiety, and it's a new thing we're trying, and it's a little bit of LSD truth serum in it. I've realised it. It's just a little bit. Just a drop, and the next thing I'm saying lots of stories, and you're like, will she ever shut up?
is marijuana legal in Australia?
It's legal. You can get a piece of paper. This is important. It's very important, this human system that we have. Yes. You have a piece of paper and then you can get marijuana. You just have to answer some questions and then someone will read it and go, yeah, tick, medically approved. It's like getting like a medical certificate for some reason. But I don't have a medical certificate. I found a guy of all places.
A guy, really?
Yeah, there was this man, and it's like Lancelot, isn't he? Like, la, 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 la. And he's like, he was thinking of quitting his day job to do this professionally. I think he's filling out a lot of medical forms, and he's just giving it to people that don't want the medical form. I'm like, I don't think we need the medical form. Where do I get a guy that knows a guy? Oh, yeah, that guy. And then get this stuff and then just try it. It worked.
Okay.
Just to, I had the French stalker here. That's kind of how it all happened anyway with that. Could be anything in there. LSD. That stuff makes me talk like...
So LSD is in like lysergic acid LSD?
It's just marijuana, but I think there's something else in there.
So they laced it with something, huh?
Oh, yeah. Governments. Backdooring. Hey. It's not bad. It just...
Yeah, I used to grow marijuana, and I lived in the state of Vermont.
Really? You can
Yeah,
grow
it's
it
legal.
over there?
It's legal, yeah, to grow it.
You're lucky.
In Alabama, it's not, so I'm kind of like, dry now. So,
Sorry.
no, but they have other things like, you can get gummies with like Delta 8 versus THC, which to me is okay, It's just a milder version of it.
Well, this stuff is potent. It's so potent, it made me even think that humans are being, not now, but a week or so ago, that humans are the same as seen as the oligarchs' pets, where we eat food out of cans, because there was like canned soup. I'm like, no. Canned food. I'm like, oh. Do you want to talk more than me and I'll just listen?
No, I like hearing your stories. You're funny enough.
Thanks. They're crazy enough. And then what happened? And then freaking Russian guy.
Yeah. But, if you want to, you can just ask me questions and I'll answer them for you. If you want to do that.
You're doing a me to me. That's what I did when I first started talking to Twin. I said, man, I don't really know what to do. You just ask me questions. Thanks. Then I'll figure it out. Okay. I really want to know if this is true or not. Did Elon, or was it the fake Elon account, make the hairy balls at Elon? Okay, I just want to know because
It might be a Elon.
punked. I don't know what happened that day. No one knows what's happening. We were making funny jokes, and I feel so bad because then I started looking properly at my Twitter feed. I'm like, hang on a second. Elon said what? Oh, hang on, that's a fake Elon. What's going on here?
No, I have a feeling it might be the real Elon. Sometimes he makes the improper tweets at 3 a.m. So,
Is that, do you reckon that's what happened? I think it was around that time we were up. Oh, you should have been here that day. You couldn't have. You wouldn't have liked that. Would you reckon you would have let the rocket go off? You know what happened? Herb Tech should get on the microphone and talk. He was a witness. That was a screw up day. Oh my God. I'm sitting there in the space. Of course, I leave it open all the time just because people like to wander in. And they go, are you there? She's asleep. Yeah. Okay, yeah, hello. They're wondering. They're like, so, did you hear about the, are you going to watch the rocket that goes off later? I'm like, what rocket? The Rockies rocket. You know. No. Why not? During an Elon space. Okay, exactly. I don't think I should watch it. I watch it. I'm going to jinx it. No, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it like last time. Not jinxing it. No, I don't want to watch it. Then he left, and then someone else turned up. They were talking. Then I'm not thinking any more about it. I'm like, just blanket. Gone. Herb Tech turns up. And him and I have spoken before. Right? He's in here now listening. And we're just everything. It was the weirdest space conversation ever. Everything we were talking about, other people were jumping in and out, saying things, just being silly. I'm sitting there going, you guys punking me? Are you all punking me? What are you guys doing? Was that video even real? I'm in Australia. I didn't see it with my eyes. Are you guys, am I being punked? And then I go to the shop. I come back. I'm thinking nothing about watching it. I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to jinx it. Then I never told Herb Tech any of this. And then Herb Tech doesn't realise that I've come back anyway. He's suddenly watching it in the space here. I could hear it. And I'm sitting there going, oh, the countdown. Didn't really want to watch it. But now he's playing it. I might as well go along with it, even though I don't really want to. And it starts counting down. And 10 and 14 minus 40 minutes. And then down on it. Gets to about 12. And I'm like, oh. They stop for a little bit. I'm like, do you really? It's not going to go. I don't know where you guys want it to go, but it's not going over there. It's going. You want it straight up, don't you? Definitely, because I see it straight up. No, you've seen it somewhere else. No, straight up and a bit. I don't know where they're trying to go with that. Are they trying to go? Are they like going to flip the bottom? Is this a flip thing? What the hell's going on? And then I'm thinking that they do the launch anyway. I'm sitting here thinking, oh no. It goes off. It's having problems. And I'm watching it going, I feel so bad at the moment. I didn't even I saw that happening, but what is this? This can't be real. I'm being punked. But they don't know. They can't fix it that quick, can they, to make it go wobbly? No. Surely. I don't know. And then Herb Tech, I talked to him afterwards about what happened because the whole evening, everything seemed like we were in sync. Everything. A noise in the house, something up the road. It all tied together with just the algorithm of life. And I say to Herb Tech, it's like we jinxed it. And he goes, I was just thinking the same. And I'm because I told him about what had gone on during the day, right? Afterwards. He's like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah. Did we do that? I don't think. How could we couldn't have? We just witnessed, right? Watching it all play out. Going, Elon's still going ahead like he has lots of rockets. Feel really bad. But they learned something. Definitely learned something. Then the first time he was having a launch, I had said something in Pal Talk. Pal Talk is a chat program I used to sit on. I've said this before I say it. A disclaimer. Just repeat myself. And I was sitting there. What happened there? I'd said, they were talking about, see, he's going to launch a rocket. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's not going to happen. He's going to have to wait a few days. Wrong time of the weather. That's all I said. That's all I said. Never thought anything about it. Not one thing. Then I watched a movie on Netflix. I think it was Netflix. And it was of rockets, and I think Elon making rockets, and they've got this launch part in the video, and people are walking around and they've got their lucky items on, lucky socks, lucky shirt that they never washed all week. Someone had like a trinket, special cup, and Elon had there's a word that he used and I always forget it, and I want to remember that word, but it doesn't matter. And it looked like a piece of wood or something. It was important to what people call this luck, and used a word for it. And the other guy goes, that word, I haven't heard that before. And I'm thinking, yeah, exactly. I'm trying to hear the word again. That word. And all people have these things, right? And
like lucky underwear.
Yeah, lucky odd socks, or you always wear the same cross and oh no, something fell and broke, and that's not lucky, and off you go. Don't walk under the ladder. Unlucky. Yeah, lucky socks, lucky underwear. And he had this, and he's walking around. I watched that video, I felt so bad. I'm like, oh no. It really happened. I was even in more shock. They wanted the rocket to go straight up and like all the way. No, they wanted it to do other things until it's flying. Like they're telling about it happening. I'm sitting here thinking, yeah, that doesn't happen. Oh, maybe the guys that are reporting to me are saying this wrong, because I'm seeing it go totally different way. Oh, totally. No, these guys can't be right. They want it to separate, go there that way. And then it plays out, and I'm thinking afterwards, I've still got that denial where I'm thinking, I don't want to believe it, right? Like, am I being punked? Or did we just quickly miss something really quickly? Does that matter? No, it was meant to happen. That was meant to happen for a reason. Okay. Otherwise it wouldn't have happened. Yeah. That way. Yeah, anyway, sorry. I'm alone with Elon's room. I wonder if he gets bothered by that. Do you reckon he looks at it and he goes, the hell is she doing in there? The stalker and a herb tech. He's not even paying attention. Right?
Michelle, I gotta get going. I've got to work. I gotta get done now. So.
Alrighty. I'm going to do, what time is it? 2:52.
I'm sorry. I really enjoy listening to you. If you want to message me or something and let me know when you have another space or something, I'd love that. So, okay.
Yeah, you're right. I just leave this open for a reason.
All right.
It's just entanglement. Sorry.
No, that's all right. I enjoy listening to you, and I'll do it again sometime. Definitely. Okay.
Yeah, you'll be right. Everything will be. Thanks for popping in, Sean. Hope Alabama's good for you.
Well, I hope things go well for you. They sound like you're okay, but you'll get better. I'm sure. Okay.
Yeah, it's all right. Thanks. I'll be. Just keep that French guy away. In the
All right. Until next time. All right.
Yeah. Alrighty. See ya.
Bye.
New Sensodyne Complete Care Plus Smart Clean provides all-in-one protection.
Tradies, if you want mega deals this tax time, you need AEG. There's over
particles, often referred to as Kaluza-Klein modes, are predicted to arise from the quantization of the additional spatial.
Okay. Wouldn't that be funny if that was Elon? Did you listen? Did you listen
Yeah,
to
I
him?
woke up like 20 minutes ago.
Did you think that was Elon?
No.
No, that was Sean from Raping. He said he reminded me a little bit of an Elon with the patience. Because he was patient.
Sounded similar, I guess, with the profile picture. But it was away.
I think it was more the patience. I was trying to get you to talk because you saw what happened with the aircraft that day when we were all in sync. It was so wacky. Everything that happened was so wacky that day.
Yeah, I know. I get a bit shy, I guess. I literally just woke up and had a piece and a glass of water.
Damn. Missed having a chat with them. That would have been fun.
I forgot about that. It was pretty funny.
What, the aircraft that day was the weirdest day.
Yeah,
have you guys seen, what was that thing? That Wolf Creek? Wolf Creek? Are you guys
Oh, that's right. Fuck, I forgot about that too. Someone came in, like two different people came in mentioning the movie or something.
Wolf Creek.
Spoken about it for ages.
But then I'm thinking, like, in the background.
Like Ned Kelly and shit.
Ned Kelly, yeah.
Like people just kept coming in and kept bringing up. And you know what? No one's come in and mentioned Ned Kelly since. We're Australian. There's no reason for no one to bring it up again.
Oh, Wolf Creek. Yeah, just that day. Wolf Creek, Ned Kelly, like, what the fuck is going on here? I just kept going. I thought, was it an organised punk? Come on, yo, punky me. That would be funny, right? What if you're Elon? Now I'm doing what Mr. I does.
I'm definitely not.
Hey?
I'm not Elon. I'm the least likely to be him that turns up.
I feel sorry for him that day. That was so sad. I didn't want to watch it. I'm thinking, no, if I watch it, maybe if I don't watch it, it changes. And then everything just dragged to that. Got to go through the motion. Like, no, he's really gonna. Wow, rocket goes. No. Uh-oh.
It's that quantum stuff. You feel like you fucked someone up because you watched them too long. Like if you're watching someone at a skate park do tricks on a skateboard.
And then you're thinking you want them to fall and be funny.
Because you were staring at them.
I've done that. I'm like, oh, whoops. Whoopsies. Don't do that one. Yeah, I've done that before. I did that with my brother. But I wasn't staring at him. I just did it. I was just like, but see, with the rocket thing, I wasn't thinking mean things. I was thinking, I don't know if they should be going. This may not be good. No. Which way are they wanting it to go again? Straight up. Yeah, of course. Yeah, straight up that. What? No, you want it to separate? That wasn't part of the deal. No, this is not going to happen. Doesn't separate. And they're still going for it. Wow. But you know, like my brother, like, and that's more expensive than the bike ride. With my brother, there was a difference with thought. I was thinking, I really hope he crashes his bike into a car. That'll teach him a lesson. Okay. He crashed the bike into a parked car. That taught him a lesson. I really would like to have snow on Christmas Day. Just what? That's all I want for Christmas is snow, snow, snow. And it snowed. In summer. It's in the papers. I was only a few years old. I remember standing at the window and the curtain was open. It was snow everywhere. Not just on my lawn, but everywhere. I'd never seen such a thing.
Where was this?
In Canberra.
In Queensland? Oh, Canberra.
Yeah. But it's
still pretty crazy.
On Christmas Day, sometimes they'd get some snow now and again. Yeah, I wanted a snowy Christmas, okay? I was little.
No, I know. That's rare. That's surprising.
Because it's summertime.
My mum's in Jindabyne, but it's never. My mum's in Jindabyne, but it's never snowed in the summer.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hectic. Jindabyne's only 2 hours away, I think, near the ski fields.
Yeah, and it snowed. For a few Christmases there, I wanted snow. I was little, and it snowed. Okay, there's a difference. Now, with the rocket, I feel bad. I wanted it to go up. Yeah, but come on. They wanted it to go a different... I don't know what they were doing. That's not what was going to happen. I could see it go that way. Where you go to? Oh, you want to go up and that way? What? Doesn't make any sense. I couldn't see that happening. I've seen it before with what they do. Right? But I didn't see that happening. So I try not to curse everyone. I'm not trying to curse people, hurt people, but I can. That's why watch out for the French guy at the moment. He's going to be going for all sorts of people because he feels like, because I made the comment, do you want to dance with the devil? And dance with the devil. I just made a few comments and now he's all paranoid.
Started messaging me on his other accounts. Yeah. I must have blocked like 5 or 6 of him by now.
Yeah. He's got a net.
He wants to fucking trying to tell me that you and him are trying to find a cure for my tinnitus. And then he mentioned something about Paul and Chassis or whatever being gay last night. And as soon as he said that, I'm like, oh, it's you again. Like, he just messages me as if he's continuing the conversation on a different account. And then after he says something like when he said the homosexual thing, I'm like, fuck, it's this French guy again. Like, but he was just messaging me as if, like, I don't know. I don't feel threatened or anything. It's just annoying.
Yeah, and he came in and he's made an account where it's got like, what is that on you? Is that a hand that you've got there?
It's my hand holding a mint.
Right.
Mint
okay.
that's got veins coming out of it after sitting in a jar of water for 6 weeks.
Okay, yeah. Because it regrows, yeah.
Yeah. A cutting.
A cutting, yeah. So he's made an account with a hand in it. He came in and sat next to you. I'm like, what is he doing? Dish. Gone. Dish. Gone.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I checked my phone briefly last night. I was listening to Paulie and Chase. And then I noticed there was a message from him trying to, like, I'd read it to you, but I've deleted it. He basically screenshotted something I said. Sorry, Sin said, not me, Sin. And then tried talking about how Paulie and Chase are homosexuals or some shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. I just blocked him again. But that deleted the conversation, so I can't show you.
Because no, I believe it. Look, he's just going to troll now because he's out. I can't do it. I've tried every avenue of approach with him. I'm not going to change or give him what he wants. I know what he's after. It's not happening. He wants to know how I do this, right? You've seen it, how it all entangles. He wants to know how to do it. Oh, you can do it, others can do it. And I just keep saying to him, no, you can't. So, don't teach people some things because that guy's, look at what he's doing with all the DMs. He's relentless. What do you think you'd do with it? Something horribly bad.
Yeah, if he had what you can do, that wouldn't be good for anyone.
That's why I sometimes think, is that why we have so many tornadoes or something? Like, cease fudging that out. Which one? Is it you over there? No, there's only one that we know of. I'm getting told there's more. I know that there's 12 cards. Like, no, we're all different. One's just better at not making a lot of problems than it's trying to fix things. It's always fixing things. And so go to the quantum mechanics and quantum world. And then, like you said, you're sitting there watching him. And he's just... And it's also my fault. So I'm really whinging about myself.
How is any of this your fault?
Well,
the only thing you can be blamed for is letting him hang out as long as he
liked him a little bit, and then I said a comment here or there, and then I've got reasons why I said it or whatever, but here or there. But it's not like that. It's almost like Stockholm syndrome, where at first it was abusive, and then I fall in like this trapment, and then you wake up out of it. It's like going through I don't know what you'd call it, an archway? Walking over an arch. No, I don't know. The difference of an arch would have to be the reverse way of an arch, where you go down, go up, and no, it's not an arch. It's just with a French person that we don't even know if that person is even French. How often does this happen? That you get two parcels, apparently, from another country, apparently, delivered to your house from the non-Australian postal system, never, to the wrong house in the street. Two. Not one, two. And I'm like, that's never happened to me except for the time with the Russian, with the letter and the other thing that was sent. Some misdirection with some, what was that thing? A torch, a light. And then this happens, how often does that happen within a week or two? Never.
Did it come from his house? Like, is it a copy that he owned? He said it was a game. That was one of the things he said to me in the message. He tried sending you a video game.
A video game?
I wish I didn't block in now so I could show you what he said. They automatically deleted the convo.
I asked him a video game.
Yeah, some old school game on CD that he wanted you to play. That's one of the things he said. He said that's one of the things he sent to you.
I don't know what he said. There's a water bottle. Right.
There's some serious black magic shit happening here, man. He wanted the fucking hair from the back of your neck.
Yeah, the hair from the back of I had two thoughts. The same
I
as
wouldn't
you.
even open the
What's
box
he going to do with my hair, right?
Yeah.
He wanted me to hair, and I was thinking two thoughts. Black magic, what the fuck's he doing? Second thought, DNA. What's he doing with that? Putting it under the microscope to have a look. And then he said, and then that will solve that. And did he forget to mute his mic or something? And I'm like, what? And he kept trying for a little bit, and then he stopped and said, no, we won't do that now. I'm like, rightio. That was a bit of a change. Because I was a bit worried about it. So worried and concerned, which I was. wasn't going to send it. Oh, I thought about it a little bit, but I thought about doing it a different way. And it wasn't going to be my hair, but he may have thought it was my hair. But I wasn't going to send my hair to him. Like, what, I'm going to cut my hair? Where do you want me to cut it? I was asking him. Just a little nip here, a little nip there. Like, am I the only one here thinking this is creepy? Well, let's just keep going ahead with it and let's see where it goes, shall we? Yeah.
He's a witch. He's a witch. He's a practicing witch. He does witchcraft. He fucking... It must be.
Nah. You know what?
I've dabbled in it before and scared the fuck out of myself.
I tried it. I've done some stuff when I was younger. And then I thought, this is pretty easy. Shit, you just get what's that? And then you just get in tune with everything. It was weird. Actually, it was weird. That's how I met Michael. And then I got a card, David's card, because I could find my card. Magic trick.